In this section, we will start to draw the foot area of the mecha. With this type of component, we will split it into 4 parts: connection area between middle joint and leg, which can move forward and backward, turn left and turn right but with a small angle, forefoot area, which can move upward and downward with a big angle and rotate with the same axis of middle joint area, which can move left and right with a big angle, it works as an ankle, heel area is as same as forefoot. Each part is designed quite simple and practical, they serve well for their functions, easy to move, easy to rotate, and easy to manufacture. For each component, it may be split into 2 half parts. This will make the assembling process will be easier, because this is a giant robot with a height around 20 meters, a very big component won't be very practical. On the surface of the components, we add screws and line panels as extensions for assembling progress later. There may be a lot of armor layers which will be assembled on the inner frame. At the edge of the big components, you can see that we beveled the edge. This action will make the design smoother and decrease the rubbing between many edge of components. The design language of this frame follows the structure of human skeleton. For the main imparted force area, the frame will be created from 2 sections. The upper section is bigger to absorb the impact, lower section is smaller which support the upper structure. Now we can talk more about the design process. In mecha design, we can use organic structure to have inspiration, as I think, we can combine 2 type of preferences, organic and mechanic. Organic structure will provide us a sustained structure and make the design look naturally, while mechanic structure can make the hard surface can be assembled and moved together. In organic structure, muscle will make the movement able, which the movement of mechanic structure is less flexible. After the sketch stage, we will have the clearly frame which provide a clear view of the whole design. Line art design will be provided after sketch to have a sharp outlook for the design. With the lines, we will have clear's edge, notable angle and the intersection between lines, surfaces and 3D shapes. Jumping to the coloring process, the first thing we have to do is creating a layer fill with dark color. As my routine, I usually choose black. This step will help use to avoid coloring the very small details and it will help to save a lot of workload. After that, we adjust the transparent to 50% or anything you feel comfortable. Now we can add other color on the overlay of the black fill layer. When do the shading process, I suggest to use the soft edge for dark area and sharp edge for light area. With this method, I think the whole design will be highlight by sharpen edge where receive a lot of light and make a mysterious veil for dark zone. Don't forget about the reflection area. This area need to be highlight by strong light, which mean we have to use very bright color for this type of area. Final step in coloring process is adding the shadow. The overlay objet will create a shadow that will cover over the underlay objects. That's why we have to add shadow to create the depth of the design. For 2 same components, 1 completed design, we should use the alignment line, maybe very thin line, to ensure that 2 components will share the same proportion and placed at the right position. We can align each point from this components to other components, or we can just align some primary points, then we will use the ratio between them to draw the rest. The alignment line which help to determine the center of circle, the middle point of a line, a surface, a 3D shape is very important also. They will make the design more balanced and every will be placed in the right place. For the direct angle of view, which mean you look directly straight front the orthographic face of an objects, try your best to make everything symmetric. If yes, the best practice here is drawing a primary axis that every point, line or surface are laid via this primary axis. That will be easier to control the structure of the design. And the final thing, make sure that you will leave your concept more room or more space to develop, which mean your design can be added more armors, can be transformed, can carry more stuff, can change its utility in many other things. It's up to your imagination. That's all I want to share in this episode. Hope it will be helpful for your art travel. Please enjoy and thanks a lot for listening. We will meet together in the next episode, many be this series or another series about 3D modeling, animation or art fundamentals. See ya.